Paul Young is here now. Paul, you're getting ready to go back on the road again. Last year on the road, most of the road. You must love touring.
It's a necessity these days if you're a musician. It's where the money is. So, but having said that, I'm very lucky in that I love it. So, in fact, as a hobby, I picked another band. So when I'm not going out as Paul Young, I'm going out with my friends, and because I like it so much.
How does it compare to back then in the 80s, at the height of that, when people were throwing pants and bras and all sorts of at you?
I still get the occasional bra. But no, it was quite nuts. I'm doing this March tour, then I've got an American tour later in the year. I'm going to Australia, and in between all those little gaps, we fill them with the Pacaminos, and so that means I'm pretty much never off. I've got to try and fit some recording in somewhere and a bit of writing as well.
So the first tour that you're doing is off the back of the success of last year, the 80s revival, but this year it's a different gang, isn't it, on the road? It's
a different gang, yeah, but I had an album out last year, so this is a kind of a follow-on promotion for the fact that I had an album out.
You want to take someone you're getting on with? Do you ask around?
Well, you know, these days you don't really live in close proximity with each other. The old days of all being on a tour bus doesn't happen anymore.
Oh.
So you generally, I love to think that we all get our gym jams on and do an overnighter together, but it doesn't happen. So we tend to travel in our own way, and then we see each other at the gigs, you know, and the occasional hotel.
So in terms of your set list, what will you open with? Because you've got so many classics, songs that everybody knows. What do you go for? Are you thinking, right, I've got to get them in early doors?
I tend to ease in with something like Love of the Common People, because it's a good mid-range song, but by the time I'm getting to the high-end songs like Come Back and Stay and Every Time We Go Away, that would be closer to the end. And they've got more dynamics anyway, so you want to end on a high. And
how does it compare being on your own to being out with the band?
Well, obviously, there's a little bit more stress and pressure on the fact that these people come along expecting a certain thing when I do a Paul Young show. Los Pacaminos was started as a hobby, and we kept it like that for as long as possible. And because I'm not the front man, there's other people, there's three of us that sing, and we change our duties, you know. I feel there's less pressure on me, which means I have a lot more fun.
Right. It's that sort of diffused responsibility, so you can
just play out. A bit less pro, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
terribly politically incorrect, or say the wrong things. But in smaller venues like we play, you know, we can kind of get away with it.
But don't you think people want that? People want to see you having a good time, don't they?
Yeah, so I think people were like both. If they've got an open mind to music, they would love to see a Paul Young show. But then when you see the Pacaminos, it's completely different. And if you've got an open mind to music, you can't fail but go away loving it, you know.
What do they make of your career? Because, as I said, everyone knows your songs. You've got kids, 4 kids, 29 down to 10.
Yeah.
So they'll kind of be aware in different ways of your fame.
Yeah, they are aware in different ways. Levi's got the best, I suppose. She saw the best part of it and probably understands it a little better. But really, they've all grown up with it. They're absolutely... They don't know any other way. They think it's kind of cute if someone asks for an autograph, and they don't see it as a hassle at all. And every one of them goes through this teenage phase around 14, 15, where they go, oh, my dad's a musician, you know, how embarrassing. And then they come out the other side going, oh, how cool.
Yeah, I bet it does go full circle. Now they're like probably saying, you know who my dad is, don't you? And who can blame them for dining out on it? Thank you so much for coming in to talk to us. Your first event, your first gig is?
Is on the 2nd in Rhyl. And we're doing Indigo on the 16th, and we finish in Liverpool 3rd week of March, 20th, I think.
Well, have fun, Paul. I'm sure you will, because certainly everybody there will be certainly dancing along, singing along, and I hope there's not too many bras being thrown off at you. I don't know, maybe you want that.